Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here.
Go lock in with Tamika's Den. Ooh, that's fire. Go lock in with Tamika's Den.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in. This is Tamika's Zen. I am Tamika. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. You are now in the den. So, guys, a little recap, a little chit chat, okay? My thoughts on episode 7 and 8 of Bel-Air, y'all, child. The messiness continued. Baby, when I tell y'all gonna stop playing in my damn face, Bel-Air, okay? Yes, I said I wanted Aunt Viv and Uncle Phil to go away. I did not say that I wanted them to be into foolishness and foolery. I did not say that I wanted them out here in these damn streets. I did not say that I wanted to see menage a trois, okay, swinging, none of that. Okay, y'all could go ahead and just leave that shit the hell alone. Like, what are we doing here? We did not ask for that. Nobody asked for that. Nobody wanted to see that. If y'all don't get the hell up out my damn face with that, y'all about to run my damn blood pressure up, okay? We ain't gonna do that to Aunt Viv and Uncle Phil. Now, baby, while they going away to spend some quality time, Will is basically supposedly stuck between a hard place, child, and a rock because one part of him is saying, what the hell is Phil doing? Okay, what is going to be happening with Omar Campbell and Jazz in his shop? And the other side, he trying to stick by the family and give him a chance. So this got him and Carlton at odds. And we over here trying to throw a party. And please tell me, why is Jackie at the party? Why are you here, girl? Why are you here? Who the hell asked for you to damn come? And Amara, with your messy damn behind, baby, I saw this coming a mile away. Definitely saw you having a damn OD and saw that you was freaking about to put, you know, causing through all kind of foolishness and foolery. But what I did not see was you basically just being out here being messy for no damn reason, being a freaking narcissist and being a pain in my damn ass where I want to go ahead and kick your damn teeth out, girl, because why are you pointing fingers at every damn body, okay? One pointing forward is always three pointing back. You could tell everybody else what their damn problem is, but you can't look at the man in the freaking mirror and figure out what yours is. And it's the lies from me, bitch, girl. Do you even have a sister? That's what I'm questioning now. Do you have a sister at all? Or is your sister somewhere minding her damn business, living her best life, and don't even know you using a death of hers, supposedly, allegedly? Did this death even ever take place, honey? I don't went from thinking that you could have been part of the reason for her dying to wondering if she even exists at all. I don't trust you, not for a minute, a second, or an hour, okay? And I need you to get on up out of damn Carton face. We don't need you around here no more, no more, no more, no more. Ashley, child, you really thought you was getting cute, honey, baby. The way me and Phil turned around at the same time, like, who the hell you talking to? Because I know it ain't me, girl. You feeling yourself, okay? And we need you to slow on down. Now, LaMarcus is over here talking about meet me at the altar in your white dress. And we all know that ain't gonna happen, okay? We ain't gonna be at no damn altar in no white dress. I'm sorry, this wedding is not happening. It's a no for me, dog, okay? And Jazz, yo behind really went here and just thought, oh, we just gonna break up some stuff. Ain't nothing else gonna happen. And now we got a damn whole ass arson on our hands. Shout out to Torian because he called that one down. But what I didn't have on my bingo card was Will sitting here hiding his damn parts in this, okay? Hiding the damn mask in the freaking box, child. And now it's getting revealed that you're gonna have to go ahead and tell Uncle Phil what you've been up to, honey, because now we really trying to see what Black says it truly means between you and Dan Carlton amongst all this other stuff, child. When I tell y'all Bel-Air's getting messier and messier and messier about a week, but I'm here for it, and we still gonna be talking about this live tomorrow, you guys. I'm gonna be with the ladies, but I just want to give some of my quick overall thoughts before we get into the live. So let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. A lot going on here. So of course, Uncle Phil and Omar are definitely not on the same page. They already started out on the, not on the same page. He was already questioning whether Phil could handle this and whether he was the right one for him to, have being on his legal team, right, and representing him. And of course, Phil is trying to let him know and say that he is the man. He can handle it. He do have different strategies that he's working on. He just have to trust him, and trust that he could do his daggone job, right? And I feel like, Phil means what he's saying and he want to do the right thing and all of that. And especially now he's really counting on it because of the fact that he gave, Miss Erica with a K, as EJ would say, her walking damn papers, or he put in his walking papers to let her know that he wasn't going to be with her firm anymore. Of course, that's even more of a reason why he do want to make sure that this works. Like he's literally counting on this. Now, him and Viv do what I said and go they behinds away, and which I was so happy for. But baby, why are we here? Okay, we're meeting up with our friends. We over here at this resort in Mexico, and the next thing you know, Phil and his boys are talking, and they like, "What? You and Viv having problems?" Like, "Oh, well, when me and my wife was having problems, I took some Viagra. Okay, cool. I could work with the Viagra. We all passing, the Viagra along, but some way, somehow." Baby, we go from talking about, passing Viagra down the hall. Well, I should say to each other, to the boys. So, me and my wife decided we was going to swing, we was going to switch up, some partners, and, we basically do what we feel like doing. And it's like, oh, wow, it's like that. Yeah, it is. So now, you know, you still have Carlton and Will struggling because Will actually went by Jazz shop and he's listening to this meeting and he's hearing what they're saying. And of course, Jazz is his friend. He's more concerned of what this direction is, going and what that means. And he does try to speak to Carlton when Carlton gets back in, from doing this shopping for this party that they having or this gathering, whatever you want to call it. And he brings it to his attention like, damn, why didn't you come to Jazz? And this is really an important situation that's happening right now. And he's like, yeah, Jazz will be okay. And I trust that my father's going to do the right thing. Now, I understand where Carlton is coming from. Overall, I don't see any reason not to trust that, Phil is smart and he know how to handle his business and that he wouldn't do the right thing. But it also does come off like Carlton just don't give a damn, right? He don't care. It's not his problem. It's not happening to him. And he's more invested into what's going on in this gathering that we trying to put together right now. And, he done got his damn doors back. He happy about that. He got Amara and his parents is gone. So obviously he's trying to take advantage of that. Now, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. The way Carlton came with all these goodies and the way he was trying to get, you know, um, freaking Jeffrey up out of here when he seen him and Penelope walking and coming and making small talk and saying, "Oh, have you taken her to the aquarium yet? Have you taken her sightseeing? What has she gotten to see?" We all knew he was trying to get rid of them, so Jeffrey was like, "All right, he gonna take her out and just make sure they have everybody going by 11:59." I actually thought that this was gonna be a big shindig. I did not expect it to be where it literally was just Lisa, Amara, of course, Zaire ends up showing up with Jackie, and then it's Will and Carlton. So really, it felt more like this was supposed to be a couples thing, and it was kind of weird that they invited Zaire to begin with if it wasn't going to be something where, it's just a whole bunch of them hanging out. But nonetheless, I digress. We're going to put a pin in that for a minute. So Will, typical Will, nothing about this shocks me, decides that he's gonna go talk to Omar Campbell, and talk about where he came from and the fact that he's Phil's nephew, and the fact that he linked up with Jazz, and how Jazz store is so important to the community. And Omar, for a minute there, was kind of like, I hear where you coming from. I started out small. I started out, in the ghetto of it all. I worked my way up. I built my business. But at the end of the day, now this is my business, and I'm trying to do what I got to do. And I'm sorry, but I can't help you. You could go ahead and get the hell up on my damn office. Of course, he said it in a kind of much nicer way. And then he got his phone call and was like, bye. And Will was left to leave out. So of course he's in his feelings. Typical Will. If one thing he gonna do, baby, or two things he gonna do, is one, he gonna get in his feelings, and two, he gonna cry. So meanwhile, while Phil and the guys is having their conversations about Viagra and switching and all of that, you got her friends taking her to the nude part of the daggone resort. Okay, yes, we got titties hanging out, we got behinds hanging out. They talking about how sexy this white man behind looked, and I was like, girl, where? Okay, because I don't see it. I don't know what behind y'all looking at. That thing look funky as hell to me. But beauty is in the eye of the beholder, if you say so. So, we start feeling a little frisky, and we all start taking off our tops, and I'm screaming the whole time like, no, Viv, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Like, since when we do follow the leader, monkey see, monkey do. You got your own damn mind too. These conversations and things they was doing, y'all, was so freaking awkward for me. I couldn't take it. Bad enough that I be feeling awkward with the damn kids, but I did not want to see Aunt Viv and Uncle Phil. Like, we literally was saying this, not knowing that that's what was going to be coming up. We was saying how we don't want to see them doing no swinging. We don't want to see them, just out here doing things that would not be the typical norm of what we would be expecting them to do. So now they walking and they having a conversation, and it's like, we catching up. He's telling her what the guys were saying, she telling him what the woman is saying, and we like, damn, they into all of that. Like, we feel like we some damn old prunes next to them. That's okay. Y'all could be old prunes. Like, everything that worked for one couple does not necessarily mean that it works for another. We ain't trying to down them because that's their choice, but that don't gotta be our choice because that's their choice. So I just kept getting annoyed every time we was seeing them, and it was making it seem as if we have to do what they do. No, only thing I wanted y'all to do was take this vacation time with each other, spend it with each other, enjoy each other. That's it, child. Like, we don't need all the extra things. Now we get over here to the house, and Amara and Lisa show up, and we got on, I love my sexy boyfriend, and we, the matching damn shorts, and then we giving Carlton and Will the shirts. It did make me laugh when they went to put on the shirts, like, oh, we got shirts or whatever, and Will was like, I'm gonna wear this all around the damn house. Okay, it ain't gonna be going no further than that. And right behind them getting there, Zaire shows up, and he have, Jackie. Now, he would not know the situation that was happening between Will, Jackie, and all of them. So I'm not mad at him. He just figured I got invited to this party. I thought she could come along too. We both was getting, off the same time. I invited her. Hope, you're not mad about that, or that's not a problem. And then they basically saying, nah, it's cool, it's cool. And Lisa, not surprising at all. I feel like that goes along with her character, actually was like, you know what, so we could put all of this behind us and move along. I also do want to apologize for coming at you the way that I did. It wasn't, I don't even want to be out here arguing over no dude or nothing. And Jackie is like, yo, if I was you and you was me, I would have been saying something too, right? So everybody else is cool with it, but Amara gonna come getting in her damn feelings, talking about, oh, that's just that, and it's gonna be okay. Like, if it's okay with Lisa, why is it a damn problem for you? But now the flip side of that is, Jackie, girl, why would you even want to be somewhere where that you're not wanted, or that you're gonna feel uncomfortable? One thing about me, honey, I don't go nowhere with people that I don't damn like. If I know somebody I don't like is gonna be there, I'm not there, and they can't come to my house or in my surroundings. That's just period. I'm sorry, I ain't got time for it. And you was just still mad at Will when you last saw him, even though he did defend you, which I forgot to mention that with episodes 4 through 6, we did have that Jack behind that came and was very disrespectful to her. And then we also had her end up helping Will out. And so, granted, they pretty much had kind of made peace. But that still doesn't mean that you would want to go there and be at his house chilling when you know that 9 times out of 10 he was gonna be around Lisa. But now not only do you freaking, have her there and we're like we cool, it's all good. Mara every minute is still making freaking smart comments to her, and she comes out with this jaw all of a sudden wanting to play this game. Kind of similar to Truth and Dare, but a little different, right? We're gonna reveal some things that people don't know or either ask a question. So now it's like, yeah, no, I don't know if I want to do all of this, right? And supposedly she learned this game in therapy. And she's over here asking Will, like, oh, well, what are you afraid of? And all of this type of mess, right? And one of the most awkward, messy, okay, very dangerous parts of it was when they was all in the damn pool, and we gonna talk about some, oh, so who did y'all all lose y'all virginity to? Now I'm not gonna lie, child. I did not know that freaking Carlton and Lisa had slept together, because I was over here talking mess like a couple of weeks back when we was doing the live, saying how, well, him and her and Carlton ain't get into it like her and Will did. Well, apparently, yes, the hell they did. And not only that, Will and Jackie also did the do. So the only ones that haven't did anything is Zaire and Amira at this point. So it's like awkward. And even Zaire was like, damn, your cousin, like y'all be trading off on girls and you knew about that already and you ain't have a problem with it. Everybody was kind of just staring at everybody. So that was already, you would have thought that it would have just, stopped there. Now, we had all of the couples together talking, and of course they just kissing it up and rubbing on each other. What one couple was doing that, right? And then they wanted to know, they was curious, and it's like, don't ask questions if you don't really want the answers on how we decided we was going to become swingers in the first place. And it's like, well, we was having problems, we actually went to therapy, which I can respect, again, that they went to therapy and this is their way that they see it for themselves, to go through this process and what they want to do and what they feel like works for them. And apparently they do have rules, and they made an agreement, and they do, and to do the way they want to do it. And so, basically one of the friends was like, don't get no ideas to her husband. And he like, hey, I'm not, you the one that asked the question, right? And then we telling the DJ what to play, and we gonna get up and do our little step dance or whatever case may be. I'm always here for that. I'm never mad at seeing Phil and them, you know, do they stepping and they dancing or whatever. They just, swearing they killing it up and down and all around. And so now after the whole pool situation happens and we all looking freaking weird as hell, everybody was just like quiet with that. We also have Penelope and Jeffrey go out, and they having conversations, and you could clearly see that they are enjoying each other's times. It's probably bringing back memories to what they really liked about each other in the first place. And he even gets to the point where he's like, do you really have to leave now? And it's like, yeah, I do, because I have to get back to work. And we playing these games, and this guy bumps into her, but then he want to go off and be real rude about it, and telling her she should be watching what she's doing. And Jeffrey was ready to basically knock if you buck, and she calms him down, like, we ain't here for all of that. And they get to dancing and hearing a little reggae, and she whining all on him. And I'm like, all right, now get it, girl, that's what I'm talking about. So later, Jeffrey ends up going in the damn bathroom, and the guy basically followed him in the bathroom and was still trying to talk junk, and was like, what you gonna do about it? And Jeffrey was like, boop, right in that damn neck. Sit your ass down on the toilet, okay, and think about what you did for a minute, basically, and walked out. And of course, she didn't have to be in there to know what he did, and she was like, you always did have a problem with bullies. Now, Amara continues, okay, continues. When we get in the damn living room later, we all dried up and in our clothes, and we sitting around to go on and on about how Will should know what's happening, because Lisa started telling them how she had felt very overwhelmed, right? This was something that she was revealing. She felt overwhelmed. She feels the pressures of having to do all this stuff for her younger brother. The damn mama ain't doing nothing. Obviously, she's going through postpartum, and a lot of it is falling on her. And that I don't agree with at all. Okay, that should not be happening. And freaking Doc, you trash for that. Point blank, period. I mean, not Doc. What the heck is his name? Fred Wilkes, Lisa's daddy. You trash for that, right? But, however, karma. Yeah, Moira had points, right? A broke clock can be right twice. And sometimes it's the wrong messenger, but the right message. And I feel like that fit perfectly for her. It's not for you to say though. And why are you so invested in going so hard when you literally just met these people and you supposed to be getting to know them? Who the hell are you to call out anybody and tell them what they should or shouldn't be doing? And I felt like Carlton wasn't stepping up enough for me and putting her in her place. He over here, well, yeah, well, you do that sometime. And then Lisa co-signing there too. But Lisa, how am I going to read your mind and know what you're going through? How do I know that all this stuff is happening when this is the first time that you're bringing it up to me? We both individually are dealing with our own things. Now, granted, I get that a lot of us, because I have been guilty of it too, basically would put ourselves out there and be helping people and doing things for people and not really telling them what's going on with us. Even if they do ask us if we okay, 9 times out of 10 we gonna be like, yeah, I'm okay, it's all good, but really it's gonna be more going on. But when it's all said and done, that's up to her. That's when she has to look in the mirror, okay, at me, myself, and I, and she has to start opening up her daggone mouth to let Will or anybody else know what she's going through and what she needs help with. And to be honest, the first person she needs to be talking to is her damn daddy, because yes, this is a problem, this is an issue, this is not okay. But you can't get mad at Will for something that he didn't know. So they going back and forth or whatever, and Will is pretty much like, oh, I see you, I know your game now, and where you coming from or whatever, right? And then she's like, yeah, you just avoid everything and you paid offense. And he's like, yeah, maybe you right, maybe I do, but I'm not gonna be doing that no more. In the meantime, feeling damn Viv over here in this freaking pool, and I'm like, not y'all swimming over to the other side and switching up. And then when we coming upstairs, we talking about a nightcap. The way I was yelling at my TV, like, no, no, like, what are we doing here? Why? Why? When I tell y'all, I was so freaking happy when they came back to their room and was like, can you believe we almost did that? I'm like, no, bitch, I can't. Like, why was this even up for a debate? Why was we even entertaining it to begin with? Oh, child, y'all ran my damn blood pressure up. But nonetheless, Carson and Will step to the side for a minute and they talking, and of course Will brings up the jazz thing again. And he like, you know what? Because Carson was basically again saying like, hey, Jazz should have been paying his taxes. And I get that you would probably say that, like if you know somebody's in debt, somebody have these bills, it's easy to just be like, oh well, they wasn't on top of their bills. And if you ain't on top of your bills, what happens? But it's also the flip side of that, where different things may happen that y'all don't know Jazz, or whole situation where he was put in a position where he couldn't pay it. And that's not ever going to be something that Carlton is going to have to worry about, or that he knows about on that level, because his parents has always been taking care of him. So yes, he do have that privilege. So I understood Will being like, yeah, okay, you don't know nothing about that. And he's like, you know what, you right, I have been straddling the fence, but I won't be doing it anymore. And Carson is basically like, what does that mean? And of course, Will is basically giving, I could show you better than I could tell you. And while them two is talking, Amara and Lisa's talking, and she's like, you did come a little too hard, at Will, but she's like, oh, well, I'm your friend and I want the best for you. And don't you feel better now that you got it out? And you should have somebody that's there for you and that got your back, and whoopty whoopty woo. And Lisa's like, yeah, I do kind of feel better. So then she told her she want to, put some lotion on. And she like, oh, sure, girl, go look in my bag. And we look in there and it's, you know, Cocoa. Okay, a little Cocoa, little snow. And, basically Lisa like, I know this ain't what the hell I think this is. And of course she gonna talk about some, oh, please don't tell Carlton, today is the anniversary of my sister. I said, girl, how is today the anniversary of your sister when the other day was supposed to be the anniversary? Like, make it make sense, honey. We can't have two different anniversary dates. Like, do you got two sisters that got taken out? So first of all, we lying about that. And then, Lisa poured it out, which I was so happy she did, but I was mad that she agreed to basically keep this a secret from Carson. I would have been like, no, girl, I can't do that. You're going to have to go ahead and tell Carson, okay? I'm going to give you a chance to tell him, but I'm not about to be a part of keeping no secrets, because at the end of the day, she had a relationship with Carlton and the Banks family in general way before Amara came the hell along. Okay. So no, we ain't got time for that. We ain't about to be put in the middle of that. So anyway, I guess Penelope was turned on by Jeffrey and the fact that he punched old boy in the damn throat. So she decided that maybe I can take a little bit of extra time away from work and I can stay a little longer. And he like, oh, I was hoping, to hear you say that. Now Jazz and them go over here to the damn site, baby, okay? And everybody tearing everything up, but then somebody decides we gonna go ahead. Tearing it up ain't good enough. We gonna really, okay, tear this place down. We gonna burn this mother up. Okay, and we over here lighting stuff on fire, and it's like, well, what are you doing? Why are you lighting on fire? Next thing you know, we seeing damn well child putting the damn mask underneath the freaking ball and stuff of the box that Lou gave him. And I'm like, no, Will, no. Like, what are you doing? Is that what you really thought was standing the damn ground and then had the nerve to be looking at the freaking picture for Martin Luther King? Like, no. Okay, that's not what this is. That's not at all what this is, right? So, um, child, and I love the fact too. I forgot to mention that, when Phil and Viv before they left for his trip, and he was just saying how beautiful she looked and all of that, and they did the same pose from the OG Bel-Air, with the original Phil and Viv, and he was just loving on her and enjoying the looking at her and telling her how beautiful she was, right? They kind of reenacting that. And also he did have an issue and stop and say, what the hell is going on with you, Ashley? Like, this dress you got on is a little bit too short. I don't know what the hell is going on, who this is. Now, Eli cracked me up when he was like, oh, hey, Phil. It's like, Mr. Banks, okay? You don't know me well enough to be calling me no damn Phil. So that was funny to me. And of course, Viv was just kind of trying to calm him down and tell him he don't have nothing to worry about with that. And she's like, oh, you acted the same way when it came to Hillary when she was starting to get that age. Like, she not our little baby no more. She is growing up or whatever. But nonetheless, of course, she came at him with all this attitude once he said something about the clothes. And like I said, he definitely was like, I don't know who you talking to because it sure as hell ain't me. Okay, let's get that together. And Viv was telling him, don't worry about it because she gonna be keeping an eye out on them. I said, okay, girl. Now in the meantime, um, of course, the cops is looking into this whole thing that happened, and this is bad business for Phil. They all trying to figure out and saying, we gonna look at these cameras. Will looking nervous as hell. Carlton ends up blowing up his spot, like, well, he was at Jazz's for a meeting. What did you see when you was there? And then Will playing it off like, oh yeah, I was dropping off some stuff for Blacksmith, and I just so happened to stop by. I could try to ask some questions and see what I could find out, but I really don't know nothing about nothing. And then you kind of had a bonding moment between Carlton and Lisa as well, where he's showing her this necklace that he want to get for Amara and saying how, this is really something that he's taking serious for the first time. And of course, because she knows that she had the cocoa, she's kind of trying to tell him in a nice way, like, oh, slow down. But he's not really trying to hear it. Of course, he's going to take that as people hating on him. And it's like, this is the first time that I'm really finding somebody in a long time. You know how hard it is for me to be able to bond with people and all of that. So now, Carlton, of course, catches Will out there and basically puts him on the spot and tells him he gonna give him time for him to go hell and tell Uncle Phil, the part that he playing in this, or if he know about anybody on, that was involved in it and all of that, right? And Lisa has a conversation with Viv where she's like, yo, I'm super tired. I'm supposed to be doing this swimming thing and focusing on that, but I'm having to run, take care of the baby, feed him, change diapers, drop him off at the daycare. I said, no, you're not the mother. I'm sorry. And Viv was like, okay, well, I'm going to talk to your dad. And she's like, thank you. So, you know, I'm like saying, listen, I know how that feels because I took care of my brothers and sisters. And I just don't feel like Lisa should be in a position to have to do that. First of all, y'all are well off. Clearly, this lady, it sounds like it's going through postpartum. So you should be able to get her the help that she needs. And you should also be able to bring in extra help to help with the baby and anything that the baby needs. Lisa should not have to sacrifice and sit here and be doing y'all damn jobs because you want to be a workaholic on this new job as a DA or whatever, and then just tell her to take care of this baby. She didn't have a baby. Like, I think that is so freaking jacked up. You don't do stuff like that. And here it is, her auntie a couple of weeks back, we was hearing her say, you got to be focused, you got to be all in if you really want to take this woman thing seriously. And we was thinking that Will was going to be the thing to kind of interrupt her and stop her from doing that. But at the rate she damn going, it's going to be her damn daddy and his shenanigans. Like, sir, get your damn child, okay? You the one that laid down and made a freaking baby. That really pissed me the hell off. So might have me trigger child having flashbacks, okay? But anyway, Ashley and Eli just looking closer and closer and closer, honey. We over here all on the little pool chair together and talking. And Viv was like, yeah, no, okay, go ahead and get your own damn chair. And, we just really trying to keep an eye on you. Things is happening so fast and you growing up right before our eyes and all of that, right? Now, we get in here and we have Belair, okay, one of the wrestlers, I forget her first name, that came in, and Carlton literally tossed Will across the room like he was nothing, and it's like, yo, bro, what the hell is the deal? So we honestly, get to see obviously that it's still a conflict going on there, and then Hillary is supposed to have this whole new deal that she has, but the person is more so focused around not only kind of like the wedding, but also Lamarcus and his situation and all of that. And Hillary is like, no, that's not what I came in here for. That's not what we're supposed to be doing. And there's somebody that's working for me that's supposed to be promoting me. I need you to do what you need to do to bring my points across that I want. Okay. And when you get that right for the money you making, then you go ahead and holler at me. Because at first it seemed like homegirl wasn't paying her no mind. But when we started talking about that damn check, I know you better get it right, right? And I think that was kind of an inspiration for Lamarcus too, because he sees how much she's been putting into him and sacrificing him. And even when Carlton and Will was bringing it up, saying, "Oh, don't you got new advertisers you with and all of that?" She was like, "I really haven't had time for business. I've been mostly, focusing on him." So we have Viv go and talk to, Fred Wilkes or whatever and telling him, what Lisa told her. And she's like, obviously, I was postpartum before too. That's what it sounds like she's going through. He over here talking about some, oh, I don't need you coming in my office and telling me what's what. I'll take care of my family. You always had a problem with her. You didn't like her from day one. Regardless of whether I liked her from day one or not, obviously Viv has a relationship with Lisa. I believe she was supposed to be her godmother, and she was very close with your wife that is no longer alive. That was Lisa's mother or whatever. So this is not about it being personal and about me not liking your new boo, Fred. Okay. This is about you doing things with your damn daughter that you got no business doing, that's taking a toll on her. Like, period, point blank, with your funky ass. Oh God, he pissed me off. So nonetheless, of course, Will and Carlton are trying to get their stuff together for this presentation that they supposed to be doing or whatever. And Phil is trying to figure out a way around this whole, Omar Campbell situation and what they're gonna do as far as that goes. Lisa and Will also have a conversation where he's like, anything that's going on, make sure that you tell me. I didn't know all this stuff was happening with you. And then she said, yeah, and you also ask me sometimes if I'm okay without me having to tell you anything, right? And so I could see that again. Y'all know that I always say freaking you know, communication is the key, and you have to hear the person and listen to what they're saying before you talk and not just talk at each other. So we both got to give and take from both sides. You can't just expect that the other person again is going to automatically know, and you can't just expect that they are always going to be thinking that is something wrong if they don't have no clues that's showing them that there's anything wrong. Now Mara brings her behind again around Will, saying funny stuff, and he like, well, of course, Will, typical Will, lets it slip. Like, girl, I know all about the cocoa. Here it is, you trying to show everybody else what they doing when you got all your own problems. And she says to him, oh, well, tell him who you think he gonna believe, me or you. I said, girl, like, I'm so freaking ready for tomorrow. Y'all don't even know. Now, Eli done wrote this damn song and singing the child. I've been calling this boy Eli. I hope that's his name. If it's not, y'all put it in the comments because I'll be forgetting some of these people name. He Eli now. Ashley, little friend. He's singing his song, you know, and showing her this book with this poem he got wrote in it, and she over here talking about, oh, is that for your friend? No, boo, it's for you. I'm like, Ashley, you so observant every damn body else under the sun and telling everybody what their problems is, but you really want me to believe that you ain't noticed that this damn boy is looking right at you? Because you was looking right back like, girl, bye. Now, we get here where we almost actually ready for this presentation. We doing our last little minute things. Other people going up when we waiting for our turn. And Amara is coming up to Lisa, cursing her out. Oh, you was supposed to be my friend. You was supposed to hold me down. I really thought you was a real one. Why would you tell Will? And Will end up coming telling me and whoopty whoopty whoop. And I'm sorry, Lisa, but child, you a little too damn fragile for me too, baby. Because the way I would have told Amara, girl, get up out my damn face with your foolishness and foolery, okay? I felt overwhelmed about it and overwhelmed about a whole bunch of different things. I did not tell Carson, which is the person I told you I wasn't going to tell. But yes, I had a conversation with my boyfriend. And maybe what you need to do is go have a conversation with yours and tell him the damn truth. Like, bitch, girl. So anyway, she walks off mad, which then sends Lisa to calling and texting Will over and over and over, and he keep just ignoring it and putting it down. And one of the times that he puts it down, of course, Carter ends up picking it up and seeing the text coming across the screen. I'm like, damn, well, you ain't got the sense God gave a roach child. And he's like, well, what is it that you didn't tell Lamar? And of course, Will just sitting there with his mouth open looking damn stupid. And he was saying, wait, we could talk about it later. He wasn't going to go into it now. But of course, Carlton is not going to leave it alone. But he also doesn't want to tell him before this whole, presentation is going on because he don't think that he would be able to handle it. Meanwhile, Hillary gets a damn note to, come by the damn house as a surprise, and she's thinking it's from her mom and dad. But when she get in here, and Lamarcus over here turning into damn jagged edge, okay, meet me at the altar in your white dress. I can't sing, y'all. I'm literally losing my voice. I can barely talk. But y'all get the point, right? He do this whole little version and he get down on his knees and he asks her to marry him again. And she's like, I already said yes. And he's like, yeah, but you gonna say it now because we gonna do it earlier and faster. We ain't got no time to be waiting. Everything else that's happened in our life has kind of been out of control and out of nowhere. And this is the one thing that we can control and do what we want to do. We got the roses on the floor. We got roses and candles all around the room. And once she says yes, her mom and dad come from around the corner. Oh, she said yes, it's a go or whatever, right? And she like, oh, y'all was in on this too. So, child, Will does go ahead and tell Carlton what happened. And of course, Carlton is a little thrown off, child. I was nervous as hell because why Will got out here, baby, doing that funky ass rhyme? I said, no, Will, now I know you got better sense than that. And usually he's a people person and he could kind of tell some jokes. So I was like, is this supposed to be a damn joke? Please don't tell me you serious. Like, what are we doing here? You wasn't even born when this damn rap that you trying to say, came out. Like, what are we doing here? Why would you choose that of all things? But of course, it ends up coming out all together because, he's telling them about how he's from Philly and he came from nothing and being able to now come and stay with his aunt and uncle in Bel-Air and have this different experience and, what it is for the community and what they have, as far as this Black Says t-shirts and what they trying to go and how they want to be able to give, the money to Black businesses and kind of bring it full circle. And Carlton is able to come in and add into that and be like, we are the complete opposites, but we are cousins that come together that make, this thing into one, right? And can bring into different perspectives. And the crowd absolutely loves it, and they're absolutely here for it. They just basically eat it all up. And then once they're finished, it's like, okay, well, what's going on? We need to go find a mirror and speak to her, whatever. And Carlson was again about to argue with Will or whatever, but we was like, now is not the time. We just need to find her. And then Carlton remembers that locator. We knew that that was going to come into play. And it's like, wait, she's still here. She right by the damn pool. So, of course, we all go running to see if we could look for her there. Meanwhile, we did have a meeting and there was some things that Omar Campbell wanted to go along with that Phil didn't want to go along with. And as his lawyer, he kept going against it and saying, I can't advise you, to do it that way. And when he finally said, like, that's what I'm going to do, that's it, point blank, period. Phil was like, yeah, then I'm not going to be able to do it. Okay, it's a no for me, dog. And I figured that because I do feel like Phil is a smart guy. However, now that puts Phil in the tight spot because he literally was dependent on this. He don't have any other clients that we know of. And Omar Campbell was like, I knew you wasn't going to be able to handle this, and walked away. And, I mean, he lost everything Uncle Phil did once he walked away from Erica. So we got to see how that's all going to play out. Meanwhile, of course, he still got to find out Will's involvement. And by the end of the episode, Jeffrey was coming to tell him that they done damn arrested Jazz. Do y'all think that he's going to defend Jazz? But getting back to Amara, I did feel bad about this part. At the end of the day, I don't want to see anybody OD. And of course, they found her floating in the damn pool, and Will and Lisa both jumped in, trying to get her out, trying to do CPR on her. Lisa mentions that she had Novocaine in her bag, get that out so she could get her the shot. You got him trying to call 911 or whatever to hurry up and come and get the ambulance. I mean, Will was calling 911 and Carlton. Lisa had jumped in. So at the very end, they were able to bring her around, child. I thought she was out of here. Okay, I thought she was in the upper room gone. But this is going to have such a big impact on Carlton, y'all. And this girl, I'm sorry, is just not the one for him. Yes, she needs help, but she needs more help than Carlton can give her. He is not in a position to give it to her. I've seen some people that were saying like, oh, I really hope Carlton can help her. He can't. He can barely help himself. He's barely keeping himself afloat. And as a matter of fact, the stresses from this particular situation could end up sending him over the edge where he could relapse. You know what I mean? And he cannot take that. Like at the end of the day, that has to be his family's first priority, making sure that he's okay. And the fact that he was able to be this strong and still go up there and do this presentation and still come out here and help Amara shows how far he has came in a short amount of time. But that doesn't mean that he's strong enough that he can carry her and carry him. That's too much of a burden, in my opinion, that he should not have to do, no matter how much he may want to do it. I feel like she definitely needs to go into a rehab again, if need be, go as many times as you possibly do. And I think it's time for us to see her family. Like, where's her mother and father at? Where's these, siblings, if any, at? Where is her support system that has been around her? Or is it to the point where they just basically gave up on her and said, we don't want no parts no more because they feel like she did too many things? Like, we need more of the backstory and more of who else does she have there for her, because it can't just be Carlton. He's not in the position to do it. I'm sorry. And also, we know this wedding ain't happening, so we gotta see what's gonna happen with that. We gotta see what's gonna happen with Uncle Phil and this new, venture he gonna have to go on as far as work. What's gonna happen with Jazz? Like I said, do y'all think that he's gonna represent him? And like, well, what is Will going to tell Uncle Phil, and how is that going to play into anything, if anything? And then, is Jeffrey's son and baby mother gone after this, since he tied everything up? Or are they going to be trying to have Jeffrey have, his boo staying at the house? Put it in the comments. Let me know, y'all. Let me know what y'all liked, what y'all didn't like, all that good stuff. Of course, give me a wave. Let me know you came by. Put some flames up in the sky. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you are so inclined. Till next time, y'all. Toodaloo.